starting with the first interview experience of Goldman Sachs. So here are the questions that were being asked by Goldman Sachs. So let's start. So there are 3 rounds, I guess, and it's an off-campus opportunity that is stated by the author. So let's begin. Round 1, the same question. So it's better to prepare it beforehand, बिकॉज आप नहीं चाहोगे कि हर बारी आप नया कुछ भी रैंडम एट द टाइम ऑफ इंटरव्यू आप कुछ भी रैंडम बोलना स्टार्ट कर रहे हो. सो इट्स बेटर कि आप पहले से यू शुड नो दैट हाउ यू आर सपोज टू इंट्रोड्यूस योर सेल्फ इन फ्रंट ऑफ द इंटरव्यूअर. After that, he was asked 10 minutes over his resume, asked him to explain his projects, the problem that he faced while building the project, and how eventually came around. ये बहुत कॉमन चीज़ है. मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम अगर इंटरव्यूअर सेम टेक स्टैक पे काम नहीं कर रहा होता जिस पे आपका प्रोजेक्ट है, या रिसेंटली वो उस टेक स्टैक की तरफ मतलब गया ही नहीं है, या रिसेंटली उसने काम नहीं किया, सो मोस्ट ऑफ द टाइम ऐसा होता है कि he doesn't know the whole scenario, so he will be only asking you about the fundamental questions, या जो भी आप बताते हो अपने बारे में, अपने प्रोजेक्ट के बारे में, he will basically ask questions from that only. So it all depends कि आप उसे कैसे हैंडल करते हो, एंड आपने एक्चुअली में अगर वो प्रोजेक्ट किया होगा और वो प्रॉब्लम फेस की होंगी, देन ओनली यू कैन आंसर. सो हैविंग यू कैन से द प्रोजेक्ट्स दैट यू डिड बाय योरसेल्फ ओनली will for sure give you benefit in such questions. अगर आपने कहीं से मतलब किया नहीं है और सिर्फ मेंशन कर दिया रिज्यूमे में, then this question you can get stuck at this question particularly. So after that, a puzzle, boat river puzzle. So Goldman Sachs asks puzzles a lot. So let us see what this puzzle is. So here's the puzzle. This is a river, and यहाँ 25 लोग खड़े हैं, and they want to cross the river, all 25 of them. So इनको swimming वगैरह नहीं आती, and they can't swim through the river. It is long and wide enough कि ये डूब जाएं इसमें, तो मतलब they can't go by themselves. They all want to cross the river. So they see 2 boys and they are sitting in a boat. This is their boat, and please ignore the drawing. So they want to cross the river, but the conditions here are कि एक टाइम में, बोट इज स्मॉल, सो एक टाइम में ईदर 2 बॉयज कैन गो फ्रॉम वन एंड टू अनदर रोइंग द बोट, या फिर एक इंडिविजुअल. ठीक है, ये 2 बॉयज छोटे हैं तो ये 2 जा सकते हैं, या तो 2 बॉयज जाएंगे या एक इंडिविजुअल इनमें से. सो हमें तरीका बताना है, मतलब हमें प्रोसेस को एक्सप्लेन करना है कि कैसे मैं इन 25 के 25 लोगों को दूसरे एंड पे भेज दूंगा यूजिंग दिस बोट ओनली. And also the condition here is after taking these 25 people from end A to let's say end B, you should leave these boys at the same end. मतलब they should be at the same end where they started. तो मतलब ऐसे करने कि the boys can remain at the same place. So this is the actual puzzle. तो कैसे करेंगे इसे आप देख सकते हो. सबसे पहले क्या करेंगे हम, अगर मैं यहाँ पे स्टेट डायग्राम्स बनाऊँ या डिफरेंट स्टेट के, तो हाउ इट कैन बी सॉल्व. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल आई वुड वांट कि ये दोनों बॉयज एंड बी पे जाएं, तो मैं ऐसे स्टेट डायग्राम्स बना रहा हूँ. कैसे होगा, दीज 25 पीपल, ओके, दीज 25 पीपल आर स्टैंडिंग एट ए, दिस इज रिवर, ठीक है, एंड दिस इज एंड बी. सो 2 बॉयज हेयर, ओके, मैंने इन दोनों को इधर भेज दिया. आफ्टर दैट रो कोई भी कर सकता है, ठीक है, रोइंग नीड्स अ सिंगल पर्सन. आफ्टर दैट एक 1 बॉय विल कम टू एंड ए. सो द स्टेट डायग्राम विल समथिंग लुक लाइक दिस. 25 पीपल, 1 बॉय, boat is here, this is river, this is 1 boy. Okay, after this only 1 person can go. एक बंदा मतलब एक पर्सन और एक बॉय नहीं जा सकता है. सो दिस बॉय ये यहीं रुक जाएगा एंड ए पे, और एक बंदा इसे चला के दूसरे एंड पे जाएगा. तो द स्टेट डायग्राम विल बी 24 पीपल हेयर, 1 बॉय हेयर, ये बीच की रिवर, 1 पर्सन हेयर एंड 1 बॉय हेयर, जिसको पहले छोड़ा था वो भी यही है. सो आफ्टर दैट ये बंदा यहाँ पहुँच गया। अब वो एक जो बॉय है वो इस बोट को लेके वापस इधर आएगा। सो इट विल बी 24%। नाउ इधर 2 लड़के, इनकी बोट, और ये आगे रिवर, और 1 पर्सन। सो ये काफ़ी कुछ हमें हद तक मतलब काफ़ी कुछ क्या है, ये सॉल्व ही ऑलमोस्ट सोल्यूशन यही है पजल का कि अभी आप देख सकते हो कि 1 पर्सन को मैंने पार्ट बी पे पहुंचा दिया है, दोनों बॉयज़ अपने ओरिजिनल एंड पे है और 24 बंदे बचे हैं। तो हमें यही सेम स्टेप बार बार करना है। तो मैं इसी तरीके से मैं 24 के 24 को वहाँ पे पहुँचा सकता हूँ और एट द एंड मेरे को यहाँ 2 बॉयज़ अलॉन्ग विद देयर बोट सेम एंड पे मिल जाएंगे। सो अगर आप देखो आपने कितने स्टेप टोटल किए, इनिशियल ये था तो फर्स्ट स्टेप था ये, ठीक है। तो फर्स्ट टाइम रोइंग यहाँ हुई थी, देन एक लड़का आया था वापस, सो ये था सेकंड स्टेप। आफ्टर दैट ये था थर्ड स्टेप, और उसके बाद था ये फोर्थ स्टेप। सो अगर आप देखो 1 पर्सन नीड्स 4 टाइम्स रोइंग। सो अगर आपको 25 बंदों को पहुंचाना है तो 100 टाइम्स द बोट मस्ट बी रोड। ओके, सो आपको 100 बारी रोइंग करनी पड़ेगी बोट की इन ऑर्डर टू टेक दिस 25 पीपल टू द अदर एंड। सो अगर आप इसे जनरलाइज वे में करो तो अगर n पर्सन हैं तो आपको 4n टाइम्स बोट को रो करना पड़ेगा। सो बस यही था इस पजल में। द नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन इज रोटेट अ मैट्रिक्स इन एंटी क्लॉकवाइज डायरेक्शन इन कांस्टेंट स्पेस। सो एंटी क्लॉकवाइज डायरेक्शन इसमें ये नहीं दिया, 90 डिग्री एज्यूम करके चलते हैं कि एंटी क्लॉकवाइज डायरेक्शन हमें 90 डिग्री घुमानी है एक मैट्रिक्स को। सो लेट अस सी। सो दिस इज द क्वेश्चन। अगर मेरे पास इनपुट मैट्रिक्स ये है लेट सपोज, तो अगर मैं इसे 90 डिग्री एंटी क्लॉकवाइज घुमाऊं सो द आंसर शुड बी लाइक दिस। ये जो यहाँ बना रखा है नीचे इनपुट ये है, तो अगर मैं इसको 90 डिग्री घुमा दूं तो ये 1 आ जाएगा इधर 7 की जगह, जहाँ इसमें आप देख सकते हो 90 डिग्री अगर आप रोटेट करके देखो तो यही बनेगा। तो कैसे करना है ये, इन प्लेस करना है ऑफ कोर्स यूजिंग कांस्टेंट स्पेस। तो इसकी ट्रिक क्या है, सबसे पहले मैं क्या करूँगा, मैं इसकी कॉलम्स एक्सचेंज कर दूंगा। मतलब जो फर्स्ट कॉलम है उसको लास्ट कॉलम बना दूंगा, और सिमिलरली मैं बीच के भी एक्सचेंज करूंगा। ये 3x3 है तो बस मेरे को फर्स्ट को लास्ट से एक्सचेंज करना है, फिर बीच वाले को तो मैं किसी से मतलब फर्स्ट को लास्ट से करूंगा, सेकंड को सेकंड लास्ट से करूंगा, ऐसे करके करना है, ठीक है। बस एक्सचेंज करने कॉलम्स को। तो अगर मैं लास्ट वाले को फर्स्ट बना दूं तो यहाँ क्या होगा 3 6 9, और फर्स्ट को लास्ट पे ले जाऊंगा तो 1 4 7, और बीच वाले किसी से एक्सचेंज नहीं हो सकती तो वो एज इट इज 4 5 8। तो यहाँ पे कॉलम एक्सचेंज किया। इसके बाद मैं क्या करूँगा, इसके बाद मैं ले लूँगा ट्रांसपोज ऑफ दिस मैट्रिक्स। ट्रांसपोज क्या होता है, ए आई जे में जो एलिमेंट्स है उसको मैं ए जे आई में ले जाऊँगा, मतलब एक्सचेंज कर दूंगा, ठीक है। जो ए जे आई में वो ए आई जे में चल जाएगा, जो ए आई जे में वो ए जे आई में चल जाएगा। जे और आई कॉलम और रो है स्पेसिफिक, ठीक है, मैट्रिक्स में। तो क्या 3 एज इट इज रहेगा, 2 और 6 चेंज हो जाएंगे, ठीक है। ये पोजीशन क्या है, ये पोजीशन है 0,1, ये पोजीशन है 1,0। तो आप देखो i, j, j, i बन रहा है, यही करना है। तो 2 इधर आ जाएगा, 6 इधर चला जाएगा, 5 बीच में एज इट इज, 1 9 की जगह पे, 9 1 की जगह पे। सो 1 9, फिर 4 8 की जगह पे, 8 4 की जगह पे, 8 4 और 7 एज इट इज। तो ये देखो ये जो एरे बना है और ये जो हमारा आंसर है, मतलब ये जो मैट्रिक्स है और ये दोनों सेम है। सो यही ट्रिक थी, ये स्ट्राइक होने वाली चीज़ है नहीं। दिस इज समथिंग कि इफ़ यू नो यू नो, अगर आपको नहीं आता है तो वहाँ पे स्ट्राइक नहीं होगा। सो दैट वाज द क्वेश्चन। ओके, सो इसके बाद अ डीपी क्वेश्चन दैट कांट रिकॉल। सो ये मैंने वीडियो में बताया था, गोल्डमैन सैक्स आस्क्स डीपी अ लॉट। सो एक राउंड में एक डीपी का क्वेश्चन होना, मैं आई वुड से इट्स वेरी नॉर्मल थिंग। सो लेट्स स्विच टू राउंड 2। इंट्रोड्यूस योरसेल्फ हर राउंड में पूछा जाएगा। नेक्स्ट, मर्ज टू सॉर्टेड लिंक लिस्ट सच दैट द फाइनल लिस्ट इज सॉर्टेड। सो दिस इज इजी, कोड इट आउट। ये तो सो करना क्या है, हमें 2 सॉर्टेड लिंक लिस्ट दी हैं, जैसे ये देख सकते हो। ये रहा, जैसे फर्स्ट लिंक लिस्ट इसको मान लो 5 10 15 40, and the second linked list is 2 3 20. So the output should be like this, the combined linked list should be in sorted order. So क्या हमें head दे रखे हैं दोनों के. So if suppose the head A given is null, so I can simply return head B. अगर A में कुछ है ही नहीं तो A का क्या करना. Similarly अगर B खाली है पूरी null है, then we can simply return head A. After that, if head dot, what is that, data or value? Okay, class में data है. Okay, so if head dot data is less than A of data is less than head B dot data, अगर मेरी जो current A लिंक लिस्ट है अगर उसकी फर्स्ट नोड का डेटा कम है तो मैं क्या चाहूँगा कि वो फाइनल सॉर्टेड लिस्ट में आ गया है. ठीक है, तो मैं हेड A डॉट नेक्स्ट में होगा सेम, मैं सेम फंक्शन को कॉल करूँगा sorted merge with passing head A dot next. Now the same code will be applied for the next node in that head A list, and here it will be B only. Below that I will return head A. Now this can be done in else, because अगर A नहीं बड़ा A छोटा होगा या तो B छोटा होगा. ठीक है, it's like 0-1 case. So same you can write for B. So head B dot next sorted merge it will be head A, head B dot next, and return head B. So simple, small and pretty code. Let's run this. Okay, हद स्लो है भाई GFG तो. Okay, so this is the small recursive code are अगर मतलब complexity same, and then prefer recursive codes because logic can be explained in very small lines of code, so that is really good, which I like about recursion. The next question is, just a second, did we miss something? Oh, there was a second question too. How would you merge k linked list? So k linked list में कुछ नहीं करना. अभी जो हमने कोड लिखा था that is for 2 linked list. So this you can think also, if there are k linked lists, so you can't write that code for k different times. You will have to take k different cases. So that is not the case. So what you can do is you can use a min heap, and min heap में हम क्या करेंगे, we can put the head of all the k list in that heap, and minimum heap की quality मतलब function यही होता है that it will return the head with the minimum value. So you make it the first node of the final result, and then you push the second node from the list from which the minimum is returned from heap. I mean अगर ABC 3 नोड्स है आपके पास, ABC 3 लिस्ट है, लेट्स से k की वैल्यू 3 है, तो अगर C मिनिमम है तो C रिटर्न करेगी हीप. You take it out from heap and make it as the first node of the answer, then push C dot next in heap. So now the 3 nodes in heap will be A, B and C dot next. So similarly extract minimum each time from the heap and make it the next of answer, and similarly you can return the final answer. So using heap will simplify things a lot for k linked list. So that was all, and after this write a function to return true if the tree is symmetric. Okay, so this can also be written in recursive code. Let us see. If my given root let's say is null, अगर null ही है तो return true. वैसे this is a corner case, but ठीक है, let's suppose कि null है तो true, else I will write a helper function root dot left and root dot right. So symmetric का क्या मतलब है? Symmetric means whatever is on the left side of the subtree should be equal to the right side. It's like a mirror image kind of thing. So after that Okay, static. The function should be static. Boolean helper. And now let's say root 1 and a node root 2. So inside that, if suppose root 1 is equals to null and at the same time root 2 is equals to null, then I will return true. अगर दोनों ही null हैं तो true. If root 1 is equals to null and नहीं or. So if there is AND case, that means दोनों तरफ null है, then there is symmetry. Okay, and if there is or, so अगर AND का case है, then it will return true in the very first equation. Else if there is null on only one side, then it's a false case condition. Then the left and right sides are not symmetric, of course. Else you can simply write root 1 dot data or value. So because in lead code sometimes it is given as value, so I check it every time. Data, and I'll tell you why I'm writing this. This first condition will take care of the values that are stored in the roots, in the current nodes. So both the values should be equal. If this equal sign holds true, it will only hold true if both the data are equal. Similarly, we will call this function helper only once by root 1 dot left. So we want it to be true, so whatever is on the left of the tree should be same as the right of root 2, and whatever is there on the right of root 1 should be equal to the left of root 2. So that is what symmetry is. Symmetry is. You can see that in this example, 5 1 1. So whatever is on the left of 5 is same on the right of 5, and whatever is on the right of 5, it is same as the left. So it's just the same thing. You have to consider the scenarios. So passing left ones, and then I'm missing one every time, root dot left. So these three things, if these three things will be true, then only our function will return true from here, and we will return true in the answer. Else we have a false condition. Let's run. I hope I didn't make any mistake. It's returning true for this. Looks good. Bingo. So the next question is, given a 2D matrix with sorted rows and sorted columns, find a number is present if a number is present in the matrix in O of n. Okay, so let us take the same example जिसको हमने rotate किया था starting में, because this is also a case where you can see that rows are sorted and so are columns. ठीक है? So we need to return the element that is present in a matrix. So one way can be, let's say target जो हमें given है इसमें, that is 3. So one way can be iterating through the whole matrix. Okay, so 3 is present here, so you return 3 from here after reaching this. So the time complexity of this would be O of n square. Why? ये तो लकी बात है कि आपको फर्स्ट रो में केस मिल गया, बट इन द वर्स्ट केस सपोज वी फॉलो द सेम एल्गोरिथम एंड वी वर आस्क्ड टू फाइंड 9, देन आप क्या करोगे, आप स्टार्टिंग से सारे रोज एंड आप सारे एलिमेंट को सर्च करोगे एंड देन यू विल फाइंड 9 एट लास्ट. सो द वर्स्ट केस, इन वर्स्ट केस इट इज O of n square. So can we do it better? Of course, that is by using 2 pointers. So देखते हैं कैसे 2 pointers लगता है इस पे. My 2 pointers will be I being denoting the row So it will be n minus 1 and j will be 0. This j denotes the column. So we will start from this left bottom of the matrix. Why we are exactly doing this, I will tell you. So if suppose our target is 3 again, so what I will do is I will check, currently we are at this element, okay. So I will check if the current element and the element which we want to find. So if the current element is greater than the target, that is if matrix of I comma j is greater than target, then what I will do, I will move up. So I will do I minus minus, I will decrement by this pointer, so I minus minus. Else I can again see that my current value is greater than the target, so I will again decrement my I, so I will be here now. So now I can see that the matrix at ij, that is 1, is less than the target that we want to search for. So what I will do now, I will increment my column. So we are in this column right now, so I will move to this column. So if my matrix of I comma j is less than target, so I will do a j plus plus, and above all, if my matrix of I comma j is equals to target, then we can return true, or that element, or whatever, or j, whatever we want to return. So this is our answer. So this is basically the algo in which we can apply 2 pointers, and this can be done in O of n. Why O of n? You can see the maximum distance that you can travel according to this algorithm will be up left bottom से right up पे पहुंच सकते हो. So this will be traveling 2n times, n and n. So this will be 2n, that is nothing but the order of n. Whereas अगर आप random अपनी पहले वाली algorithm चलाते हैं, then you will have to search each element. So that was O of n square. You can run and apply this algorithm and check how the results are coming. So coming to the next problem, given n boxes with dimensions LBR, find the maximum height of the tower by stacking the boxes on top of each other such that you can rotate any box, and the base area of the lower box should be strictly greater than the base area of the box above it. So I don't know how many of you know it or not, but it is a very standard DP problem, and I don't think I should try to explain it in less than 5 minutes. That would be a disrespect to this question. So you can refer to one of the videos that I found. This guy, yes, Tushar, he has explained it in a very beautiful manner, and I think this is the best resource for this problem. So you can watch this, and you will for sure understand this. So you should be familiar with sorting a 2D array and largest increasing subsequence. So those two are prerequisites that you should know before watching this video, and I can guarantee you that you will be comfortable. So no need of explaining it over again if we have the best resources, right? So after this, ask questions for him, and asking questions reflects a positive thing about you. The interviewer gets this feel that he is genuinely interested in the company and just not messing around. So you should ask questions and try to ask something logical, so that interviewer को भी लगे कि हाँ actually he has asked something and forced me to think about how to answer. So the question should be logical. I am not answering this. This depends a lot from person to person. So this you can ask on your own. Round 3. So tech plus HR round taken by VP. So the vice president took this round. Tech plus HR combined. Let us see what he asked. So this question is interesting. How many people travel on a daily basis using Mumbai local? Given approx, how did you reach your answer? So this kind of question, they just want to check how good you can think logically and how good you can, how good you can make an estimation based on your logics. So Mumbai has a population of around, I am making a guess that it might have some population between 2 to 2.5 crores, because I know that Delhi is the most populated city in India and that has a population of 30 million, that is 3 crores. So Mumbai is on the second, so it might have a population of around 2 to 2.5 crores. That is the guess that I'm making. And now let's say 2.5 crores for now. So out of 2.5 crores, what my assumption is that almost 50% people use public transport, because of course we have the film industry in Mumbai and some rich people are there that prefer their personal transport. So I'm taking an assumption that 50% people still use public transport. So 2.5 crore, 50% will be 1.25 crores. Okay, so now out of these 1.25 crores, there are also autos and local taxis that runs in Mumbai a lot, also the buses. So out of 1.25 crore people, 0.3 crores, 30 lakh people or 40 lakh people, they would prefer auto and buses. So the remaining will be of local trains, because they all constitute the public transport. So according to me, the person that are traveling in Mumbai local on a daily basis would be around 0.7 crores or 0.8 crores, whatever that is, between 70 lakhs to 80 lakhs in a day. That would be my answer. After that, write a function to find if the given tree is a binary tree or not, binary search tree or not. Okay, so this is basically, I will tell you, this is also recursive code only. If my root is null, then I'll consider that as a BST. Then just like the previous tree question that we did, I'll make a helper function. I'll pass root, this, I'll pass the root, and here is the tricky part that we do in this question. We will pass the maximum and minimum value. Oops, I think, yeah, now it's fine. Integer dot minimum value. I'll tell you why we are passing this. So below this, static boolean, because it's true or false, we have to return helper node root, then int, this is the maximum value, this is the minimum value. So what these values are, all the values in the tree, in the binary tree or the BST, whatever it is, we don't know till now, the values should be less than the maximum value that we have returned and greater than the minimum value. So these will check that we have all the values intact in the bound. Okay, so if my root is equal null, base case, then return true. Now here this thing will get more clear. If the current value data, sorry, I forget this every time, if the current data, if suppose it is greater than max or the data is less than minimum, so this means that we are going out of bounds, you can say out of values that we are supposed to go, that we are supposed to have in the tree. So this is a false condition. After that, return two recursive calls calling the same functions again, just like we did moments ago. We did a tree question. In that also we wrote some recursive calls. So helper one writing two calls, one for each left subtree and for the right subtree. So passing root dot left, so this is for the left. So just think about this. If we are considering the left subtree in a BST, so what's the maximum value that we can have in the left subtree of a BST if you are considering the left subtree of the root node? Okay, so the maximum value that we can have is root dot data minus 1. Why minus 1? Because we are considering that there are no duplicates values in a BST or in a binary tree. Okay, so the maximum value in the left subtree will be the value at the root minus 1, and the minimum of course can be till the minimum. I hope I am clear. Things will be more clear in this right recursive call. So what will be the maximum value in the right subtree? Maximum will be maximum only, and minimum will be root dot data plus 1. Same, considering that there are no duplicates. So this is the minimum value that we can have in the right subtree if the given binary tree is a BST, because BST has this property that all the values on the left will be smaller than all the values that we have on the right subtree of the root node. I hope I'm clear, but I am considering that you know all the properties of BST, only then it will be helpful. If you don't know about BST, you should study about it first. I did some mistake. Okay, done. So the next question is, what are acid properties? What is isolation from the properties? Why do we need it? Give an example. So what are acid properties? So basically acid properties comes into the picture when we talk about transaction. Transaction can be said as a logical work that we do, and in a transaction the database, we access the database and we modify it also, sometimes make changes to a database. That database might become inconsistent. So in order to maintain its consistency and in order to handle all these transactions rules, we use acid properties, which regulates the consistency of a database in all. So isolation is just one of the properties from acid properties. Here in acid properties, A stands for atomicity, C stands for consistency, I stands for isolation, and D stands for durability. So this property ensures that multiple transactions can occur concurrently without leading to the inconsistency of database states. Transactions occur independently without interference. Okay, so this is what isolation means, and the $1 million line that explains everything will be this. If you can remember this, very good. This property ensures that the execution of transactions concurrently will result in a state that is equivalent to the state achieved if these were executed serially in some order. So this explains everything. If you need example, you can read this. I think this will be enough if we answer like this to this problem. So imagine a situation where you are interning at Goldman Sachs and you are assigned a project with a colleague who is another intern like you are. You both put in equal effort, yet he broadcasts and publicizes his contribution to the project while undermining the work you have done on the same. People hold him high in regard for the reasons and puts your chance of getting a PPO at risk. How would you circumvent / tackle this situation? So very wisely asked question. I mean, you can tell like this, that before I handled this particular area in the project, earlier the software was like this. After doing the changes or after doing my work, I made this betterment in the current software, and after which the time reduced or the performance increased by this much percent or whatever changes. I mean, trying to show the result of what you did rather than simply saying that I did this, did this. The changes that will be reflected in terms of numerical values will for sure highlight this, that you are also doing some work. And also, talking to your friend who is doing all this work can help the situation. I don't know, I'm not getting any more ideas. Just let me know in the comments if you have a better answer to this problem. It's a tricky question, I really feel it. And finally, why Goldman Sachs? So tell him Goldman Sachs hires the best people. There will be competent environment. If someone enters that in his or her early career, then it will for sure be very good for their learning and for the development part. Also, Goldman Sachs pays very well. Be honest, mention that, not the first point, but of course people see and the person also considers this, the pay scale. And but the thing that breaks my heart is verdict that is not selected. But at the end of the day, who knows, there might be a possible chance that this person who gave this interview might be sitting in Google right now. So nothing can be said and nobody can judge you on the basis of one interview. Keep practicing, and I'll see you in the next video.